So the Jewish American lobby, AIPAC, is ready to spend more than $100 million just to unseat black members of the Congress. Let me roll the videos and I'm gonna be back.
Just imagine AIPAC, the Jewish lobby in America. They can find $100 million to try and unseat black members of Congress and anyone who does not toe the line about what they want for the Israeli government and taxpayers' money. I want to know, when did America become the breast that they suck the milk out of our taxpayers' money? When exactly did these PACs put so much fear into Americans that if you disagree with apartheid in Israel, with settlers stealing people's houses, that they have the power to unseat Congress people? I wonder if they realize that all that money that AIPAC, all the money that they're getting, that they could send that money to Israel and leave the American taxpayer money alone. I wonder why those people in Congress don't tell them, all of these PACs, all of these organizations, you know what? You guys have a lot of money. We have no problem with you sending it directly to the Israeli government. This bullshit with these PACs have to stop. No one should have this kind of influence on the American government. It almost feels like America is not America. When did we become second-class citizens to another country? And we need to stop sending our money everywhere. We just need to stop sending our money until everybody in America has health care, has a decent living. We need to stop sending them our money. And we need to elect people who will vote no, not to send our money to these places.
If you're watching what's going on in Gaza and wondering why your local representative or senator hasn't really said anything about it, a simple answer may be AIPAC. The American Israel Public Affairs Committee is a lobbying group that advocates for pro-Israel policies. In 2022, The Guardian wrote, AIPAC's money is focused on blocking female candidates who, if elected, are likely to align with the squad of progressive members of Congress who have been critical of Israel. The squad being AOC, Ilhan Omar, Ayanna Pressley, and Rashida Tlaib. For context, 304 members of the House have received contributions from AIPAC totaling $8.5 million in 2022. 26 Senate members received an average contribution of $55,000 from AIPAC, totaling $1.3 million. So if your representative or senator member has received contributions from AIPAC, this would incentivize them to not use the word genocide or ethnic cleansing when referencing what the Israel military is doing to Palestinians. To find if your local elected official has received money from AIPAC, go to opensecrets.org.
So the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, or AIPAC, is willing to spend $100 million trying to primary members of the squad. These are members of Congress who are against what Israel is doing to the Palestinian people and are calling for a ceasefire. And AIPAC does not like that, because AIPAC likes funding Republicans and conservative Democrats. And already members from the squad, Bush, Bowman, Lee, and Omar, have drawn primary opponents. And AIPAC is still looking for challengers for Tlaib, Pressley, and Ocasio-Cortez. And the leader of the House, Hakeem Jeffries, hasn't said anything because he is a big recipient of AIPAC money. And in 2020, he condemned outside lobbying groups who were trying to recruit progressive Democrats to primary conservative Democrats. But when it comes to outside lobbying groups getting conservative Democrats to primary progressives, he's okay with that. And just because a lot of these squad members are very popular in the district doesn't mean they're going to win. They get a lot of their funding from small donors, which is why they're not beholden to big donors like AIPAC. But small donor donations are down, so it's going to be harder for them to go up against the kind of money that AIPAC has. And it also shows you how racist AIPAC is, that the people they're trying to primary are all people of color. We need to stop AIPAC and other lobbying firms from buying off our politicians or primarying them if they can't buy them off.
Palestine has not existed since 1948. My leading Republican opponent has promised that he, as president, would be neutral between Israel and the Palestinians. Well, let me be very, very clear. As president, I will not be neutral. America will stand unapologetically with the nation of Israel. But today, I give you a word of hope. In the next few months, we will bring this country together, first by unifying the Republican Party, and then by reaching out and building a coalition of young people and Hispanics and African Americans and women and blue-collar workers and Jewish voters and Reagan Democrats. America will stand with Israel and defeat radical Islamic terrorism. I entirely agree with Prime Minister Netanyahu as Hamas would place rockets in elementary schools. They place their headquarters in the basement of a hospital. And I would note that Hillary Clinton, in 2014, explained this as follows, quote, Hamas puts its missiles, its rockets, in civilian areas. Part of it is because Gaza's pretty small and it's densely populated. Well, Madam Secretary, with all respect, the reason the missiles are in schools is not because Gaza is small. The reason the missiles are in schools is because Hamas are terrorist monsters using children as human shields.
So they're no longer even hiding it. It's just out in the open what they're about to do to black people. Well, we know the black and Palestinian struggle has very many similarities. So blacks definitely cannot stop supporting the Free Palestine and etc. Now, you know, AIPAC is just out in the open to say anyone who's going to stand in their way and anyone who's going to support what they do not support, they do not consider them with them. This is also another example of the fact that Israel definitely has a lot of control on the United States. Now the United States that's been known like Great America is beginning to look small. That money that they're trying to use to unseat these members of the Congress could be used to sort out other issues in the country. Let's not waste money, please. They definitely have shown that they dislike so much anyone who's going to stand in the way of what they believe in. And they dislike so much black people, which makes them outright arrow to the cyst. AIPAC is outright arrow to the cyst. Come for me, think what you think, because anyone who supports an enemy is an enemy. And if your leader is not standing up for you while you're in the face of being mistreated, just know that they too might have received something. It may not be from AIPAC, it may just be from other sources, other donors, and etc. So that they can carry on to support the things that are not right. So do you guys agree that America is being controlled by Israel? Comment below. And have you seen what they're doing to these Congress people? Please comment below what you feel about all of this and how openly AIPAC has been declaring itself as not standing with black people constantly and consistently. So otherwise, you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section.